to our channel, the Sun City Stitchers. I'm Carlene.
And I'm Marlene, and this is Flosstube number 98.
We are very excited to be sharing some things with you today. We want to start by welcoming our returning viewers. We know there are lots and lots of floss tubes and a bunch of whip parades right now, and so we appreciate that you're taking a few minutes and catching up with us. We also want to welcome our new subscribers. We had quite a few of you after this last the whip parade.
Yeah, after our whip parade.
And we're just very appreciative.
Yes. So glad that you pushed the subscribe button.
And so welcome to our channel. Since we did have a number of you, we'll just quickly say that we are twin sisters. We live in El Paso, Texas. And we both are retired educators.
Yes.
And so right now, of course, we've been on winter break and all that kind of stuff, but Marlene does do online tutoring. So do you want to tell us what's happening? I know you're kind of making plans.
I do online tutoring with a company called Wisent. And so I have students that are from across the country. And so right now I'm just kind of getting things set up for my spring semester and just checking in with my parents to see if they need to change days or times or whatever. So
you're getting that all set?
Yes, I'm getting that all set up, and I'll start my sessions on next Monday on January 13th.
And how many are you going to have this semester?
I believe I'm going to have 7 right now. And then later in the spring, I'll probably add 1 more back in.
Okay.
But for right now, he's not going to do it. So in April, maybe he will start again.
Well, that's good.
So then I'll have 8.
That's good.
Well, no, and actually then I gained another student. So actually I do have 8 now.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
yes. And then Marlene and I did do our last regular floss tube was December 27th, so 2 weeks ago today. And then we did a whip parade on the 30th of December. But since then, we had a couple of days where we took down all of our Christmas decorations. Yes. We have a lot of Christmas decorations, but we also have a lot of snowman stuff. So you'll see now in back of me, I have my snowman things up, and Marlene did the same thing at her house.
Yes.
So that was a couple days, 2.5 days really, of taking stuff down for Christmas, packing everything away, and then getting out the snowman stuff and getting that up and displayed. So it's nice. It's always a nice, fresh feeling, but it does take some time. So we did that. We've had kind of strange weather.
Yes, we have.
My husband is still teaching. He is a PE teacher, and then he does coaching at the high school level. And so he was supposed to start back on Wednesday. He didn't go back until the kids because he had taken some training in the summer, which counted for 2 in-service days at the start now of this semester. But the temperatures were so cold, it's relative because we live in El Paso, but for here in El Paso, the temperatures were very cold. So our school district canceled school completely on Wednesday. Then yesterday they had a regular day, but we had snow. It didn't stick at all. We just had some flurries. And then...
But enough to make the roads kind of wet.
Yes, we're wet. So they did a 2-hour delay start today. So it's just been like a really messy week.
Yeah,
so,
it has been.
Yes, it's just been very strange. But other than that, nothing else has been happening at my house.
No, it's just been...
just those things.
Regular stuff and lots of stitching time, which is a good thing.
And yet I still feel like I didn't get enough time to stitch.
Me too.
I've had stitching upon stitching upon stitching, and it's still like I didn't get to stitch enough. So you never get enough time.
No.
So I do have.
Because we love to stitch so much.
I do have 2 little cats. One of them is Mickey, and he looks like he's coming to visit. And he's kind of been on the prowl this afternoon and not settling down. I'd hoped if I fed him, he would lay down and take a nap, but so far that hasn't happened.
No.
So if we have to pause, please forgive us, but I will either be having to get him down from somewhere or out of the front, from in front of the camera so that we can continue. So just in case we get interrupted, you'll know what's going on.
He's just looking at you with big eyes.
I think, let's start with our 12 by 12 recap. Should we do that?
Yeah.
For those of you who are new here, okay, so this is Mickey. Mickey, say hi to everybody. Say hi. Yes. He's a very snuggly kitty and he loves attention and he thinks he should be the center of everything all of the time. Okay, let's put you down. All right, let's see if he's going to be okay. For those of you who are new or who maybe haven't heard of 12 by 12, it is an event that another Flosstuber, Kia B, came up with a few years ago for New Year's Eve. And so on New Year's Eve, the idea is that starting at 12 noon until 12 midnight, you're going to stitch on cross-stitch projects. And we did a different cross-stitch project every hour. So we're not going to show you all 12.
Because in the hour, you really don't get very much done.
No.
So there's not a lot to show.
So we're not going to show you all of them. We're going to just show you one. That's our focus project for this month. But Marlene and I did structure it a little differently. We decided that we needed a little bit of a break in there. So we stitched starting on the hour until 45 minutes past the hour for every hour from noon until 11 o'clock.
Was the last.
11 o'clock was the last hour. And so for each hour I started a new project every hour. How many new projects did you start?
I started 8 new projects.
So she started 8 new and then worked on 4 whips that she had started in the past.
Yeah, in 2024.
And then we took each one of those whips then, or they're whips now because they're started, will become a focus project throughout the year. So you'll see those as we go along throughout the year. But
the little schedule of doing the 45 minutes of stitching and then a 15-minute break just worked out really, really well.
It did.
Because we had time to get like snacks or, something to eat, something to drink.
And we had planned like for lunch, I had like a sandwich that you put in the oven and I had previously made it. So really I was just putting it in the oven to heat it.
Reheat,
And so it was all made. So we just tossed it in the oven during one of those little 15-minute breaks. And then in the next break, we ate our little sandwich and my husband came out and we all ate and visited, and it's surprising. You get a lot. 15 minutes is a lot of time. And then we did the same thing with dinner. I'd put something in the crock pot, and so we did like a little taco bar, and so you don't need very long to eat a taco. No. So it was very
make
fun.
A taco.
No,
build your little taco.
And then even clean up. We ate, and then later on in the evening, we took the 15-minute break and we kind of straightened up in my kitchen and cleaned everything up. Yeah. So we had just a lot of fun. It was really, so really much fun to stitch together.
Really yes.
It was really fun.
It was just really fun.
And
it was very relaxing.
Really relaxing. So let's start then and show them the first project we worked on. So what was your first project, Marlene?
Mine was Winter Moon by Plum Street. This was a Christmas present from Carlene. She got it from Country Sampler, is that right? And she got it all kitted up for me. So I got all the fabric, the fabric, and then all the threads and the pattern. So this is the progress I've made. Now I've been stitching on this since Tuesday. I stitched on it on New Year's Eve, and then starting this Tuesday on the 7th, I've started stitching about an hour a day to make some progress on it since it's my focus for January. So that's what.
And you're stitching it on what?
40 count salt bush from Fox and Rabbit.
And
And it's
using
with a variety of flosses, some fancy flosses and a few DMC.
very pretty. I love that color of fabric.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
Fox
the
and
colors are
rabbit
showing up really
linens are so nice
pretty.
to
Yeah, they're
stitch on.
really nice.
My project that I decided to do was a Brenda Gervais with thy needle and thread, The Light of Winter. This is an older design, but it was one that I had gotten a while ago and just never gotten to start. And so that was my first project, and this is
that's pretty.
my progress. I'm stitching it on 40 count Chai by Seraphim Fabrics.
That's really pretty.
I'm using all the called for colors. So it's Weeks Dye Works and some DMC. So it's really fun.
That's really pretty.
And I too have been working on this for about an hour a day.
Now are you going to, because yours has a border, so are you going to do the whole border?
No, I'm doing a page.
Okay.
So right now I'm working, I have to bring, this border comes down just a little bit further than what I have this line. And then you can see a tiny start here. Those are the angels. So I'm going to fill in the motifs and stuff. And then I'll go over. I'm going to move across so that I get to start on this house. But I have just like that much maybe.
So you did a top left start.
Yes, I did. I started in the top
I
left.
did a center start on mine.
So that was my new 12 by 12 start.
Yes, and our focus project for January. So, okay, so that was that.
And then we did a giveaway last time, and it was the new chart that Faithwurks Designs had just released. nlwahler is a local designer. She lives here in El Paso. And so we talk about Nancy a lot. She did a trio of Nordic trees.
And her design company is called
Faithwurks Designs. And so this was our giveaway. She gifted us with an extra chart. And so for the giveaway, our winner
is Melissa Stitches.
So Melissa Stitches, we will have our contact information down below. Flosstube rules or YouTube rules say you have to be 18 in order to share your mailing address with us, because we will need your physical mailing address so that we can get this in the mail. So reach out to us, and as soon as we hear from you, we will get this popped in the mail to you. Congratulations, Melissa. We are going to do a giveaway again today at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned for that. Okay. Then we got some happy mail.
So we got a very sweet card from a viewer, from Tammy. Tammy, thank you so much.
Yes,
we were
thank
so
you.
appreciative.
Yes.
And then she sent along with it a whole bunch of charts that she said we could keep or give away. So we are going to be sharing with you as time goes on some of the charts that she so generously shared with us. So Tammy, thank you. And she also sent us each a little gift. She told us what it was in the card, but we saved to open it to share with you all.
Yes.
So mine is in red because she had asked what our favorite colors were. So mine was red.
Mine is blue.
Blue. I'm sorry, tearing paper. Oh, how sweet is that?
Oh, look.
Oh, how pretty.
That is gorgeous.
She did say in her little note that she made these.
Oh, wow.
Look, with the little cats.
How well done.
Isn't that beautiful?
Oh, and the nice scissors again.
Oh, a really nice scissors.
This is like the one we got.
Yes.
Almost like the one we got.
It is.
Yay.
Thank
you, Tammy.
Thank
I love
you,
it.
Tammy. Very, very nice. How sweet. And so not
look,
necessary.
Does yours have your
yes, our initial.
Yeah, mine does too.
Isn't that pretty?
Yes, that's really
Thanks,
pretty.
Tammy.
Thank you, Tammy.
These are going to be put to very good use. Because you never can have too many scissors.
No. Crinkling paper.
Yes.
Okay. So that was our happy mail. Okay, then we both have some finishes. No, are we sewing on mine?
he's fine. He's not like mini.
I know, but I don't want to wake him. He'll be getting settled down.
He'll be fine. Yes, we have finishes. So the last time we met, I was just about finished with one of my houses, my 24 and 24. So this was the last Little House Needleworks ABC sampler, small, the XYZ. So I did get that one finished. And I have not fully finished it. It will be made into a small pillow, but that's one finish. And then my other house that I still needed to finish.
That's really pretty. I hadn't seen it since
Yes.
you got it done.
This was Moonlight Night from last year's winter Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. So the 2023 winter edition.
That's really
And I
That is
stitched
really
this
pretty.
on Snowy Sky from Color and Cotton, and it was a 36 count. And I used the called for DMC colors.
That's really
Actually, they were probably anchor colors. I probably converted it to anchor. And I'm going to frame this. It did have like kind of a ribbon looking border that went all the way around it. And I decided I didn't want that because I want to frame it
Oh yeah.
in
I
just a
think-
small little
yeah.
frame.
Yeah, I think
So
it
this was Twin
better,
Peaks
better.
Primitive. That was the
It
designer.
looks really good without that border.
I think so too.
That's really pretty.
So I like it.
that house was really big though, huh?
It was. It took me forever.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, then our other finish that we both have was our new Christmas Day start plus our 12 Days of Christmas start, Winter Folk from Hands On Designs.
That's so pretty. This was stitched on the called for fabric, which was platinum, 32 count platinum, using the called for flosses, which were all DMC.
Yeah.
And then, except for the specialty stitches,
Yes.
and that was a pearl cotton.
642, but I believe we converted it to anchor
Uh-huh.
and used 392 for it.
So that it turned out really pretty.
it
And it
did.
was very fun.
It was really
It
fun.
was very fun.
I liked
And-
all the different little bands that you did.
Yes, and
So
it was very doable in the
I'll leave
12
mine
days.
with you.
Oh yes, because
that.
we want to order the finishing pieces
Yes.
from Chantel 141.
Okay, then we're gonna do our planner showcase.
Oh,
So we both started in our new planners. So
should we show the cover?
Yeah.
So this is mine. We get happy planners.
Yes,
we do
we-
2 different sizes because I like the large size.
and I like the small size.
And
That's mine.
should we show?
Yeah, I've done my calendar this time.
Yeah, so here's the calendar layout. So I've just marked my days that are like a designated day for a project
Oh, how did you do that?
on my calendar. Here, I'll just show you. Like here, my Sunday sampler is on a funk. So I just put it one time on the first Sunday.
Oh, okay. I didn't do that, but I have mine like this. I'm using this page to actually keep track of my new starts and my finishes.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So, and then to help me know which one was which, I color coded it so my new starts are green to show go, and my finishes are highlighted in pink to show finish
Stop.
or stop. So that's what I did to help
Then
myself.
this is my planner for last week. So you can see the stitching I did. I was keeping track of my 12 days of Christmas. That's what these numbers are up here. Somehow I bent my calendar pages.
This is mine. I didn't do for the last 2 days in December, so I just started on January 1st. So the numbers again are for our 12 Days of Christmas project. And then that's what I have on mine.
Very fun.
Yes,
It was very, very
love
fun.
keeping our planners.
Okay.
Okay, so anyway, that's our finishes. We didn't have any fully finishes this time.
No fully
So
finishes.
with
I haven't.
holidays and everything, it's just too.
And when my husband is home, I just don't get as much done. I don't know why. I think we just are more relaxed in the morning. Because normally I go back and do finishing in the craft room in the mornings.
Right.
And when he's home, we just are more relaxed and I don't get up and get going.
Yeah, I know you said several times too that he would make a second pot of coffee or whatever.
Yeah,
and so
So we
I
just
think,
don't get
But
going
it's
as
nice
fast.
because you don't get to do that very
No,
often.
we don't.
Because even during the school year, Saturdays, he always has cross country in the fall and track in the spring. So yeah.
Yeah, the spring.
So,
Okay.
Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and show you our college game day stitching, which has been for the bowl games and the playoffs.
So, the last time we filmed a floss tube, as soon as we got done, one of our teams played, and for that team, we had paired number 1 North Pole. Both Marlene and I had paired number 1 North
That
Pole.
was for Arkansas.
And yes, and this is a design by Faithwurks. And he's chewing on thread.
Oh. No, Mickey.
So,
Okay.
we had to rescue a project from Mickey.
Yes.
So this design, number 1 North Pole, is by Faithwurks Designs by nlwahler. And we will have her contact information in the description box because I had some people ask about this design. So Marlene, what did you get done?
So I didn't get very much done. I just got these two. Can you hold it? I got these two boxes where windows framed in, and then I got the little dolls' dresses put in.
So let me show you on the picture. Marlene is working here
Oh no,
on
the
this
elves
little
workshop.
So this was the little elves workshop with the little elves that are making the dolls.
They're building dolls. Yes.
And I worked on the same area, but I have a little bit more done. So this is mine with my little elves in the workshop. I have back stitching left to do in those top windows, and then I started the triangular windows down below.
You know what, and let me just show this one. So Carlene showed you this part. So that's the front of the house. And then this is the back of the house. And this has the girls' dorm up in the top floor. So
And then Mr. and Mrs. Claus's like master suite, and then the little windows again, and then the back door with the snowshoes and the sled in
yes.
back.
So that's
So we worked on that project
Yes.
for our college game day. And then
which one?
I had Missouri that played a bowl game,
Yes, I did too.
and I was stitching Search the Skies. And this is my progress on that one. This is stitched on blue spruce cashel. And that's my progress. I got started on the verse. I love this verse, which is why I'm doing it. This is a waxing moon design. And the verse says, "May you never be too grown up to search the sky on Christmas Eve." So I need to work for a couple more hours because I was a little short that day when Missouri
I need to work on
played.
mine too. And I worked on for this game. I worked on 4 calling birds from Satsuma Street, and this is what I got done on that.
So
Some
cute.
more of the phone done.
So this is
Once
done
I
on
get-
perforated
once I
paper.
get these 2 blue parts done, then I'm going to go and work on the 2 little birds here.
Satsuma Street, her perforated paper they come as kits. So you have all the floss and beads and the perforated paper
And the
that come in it.
sequins.
Okay, then
then-
you had one other.
Yeah, I had one other one. I had
Miami, right? That
Yeah,
played?
Miami, and I worked on this one, but I think my project is
No, it's in there.
It is?
She worked on number 1 North Pole.
Oh, yes, there it is.
No, North Pole Needleworks.
North Pole Needleworks.
By Stitching with the Housewives.
And this is my progress. So I'm ready to put
So
in the
cute.
word Needleworks there in that green
She's
box.
stitching this on 32 count charcoal.
Yes.
Using
with
the called for
for
classic colors.
classic colors, yes.
And again, this was a Stitching with the Housewives design. Okay. If you have been following us, you know that Marlene and I are huge sports fans.
Yes.
And this is kind of the culmination of us for the college football season. We had certain 10 teams. We each chose 10 teams that we followed throughout the season. And now of those 10 teams, 9 of them made it into either the bowl championship series or they had a bowl game. So while the bowl games were on and our teams were playing, we had paired a cross-stitch project so that we had something that we stitched on while we watched the bowl game. So that's it's kind of the end of the season, and it's our kind of culminating piece that we do. So then I had also chosen Alabama, and they had a bowl game, and my paired project was St. Nick's Berry from Erica Michaels. This is stitched on the silk gauze, 40 count silk gauze. And so it's stitched 1 over 1. So I got my Santa, half of my Santa finished, and I started the ribbon and kind of confetti things that are sprinkled all around him on the first half of the berry.
And I also had Alabama, and so I stitched on Mistletoe Kisses.
Also by Erica Michaels.
Yes. And this one I did on 40 count straw, I believe. So, and sorry, I have a dangling thread.
That was the one that Mickey was getting.
Yes, this was the one Mickey was getting. I had to
Rescue.
rescue it. So anyway, this is what I have done for that. So I'm hoping to finish this one.
So that was for our teams that had just bowl games. Then some of our teams made it into the playoffs. And so one of my teams is Ohio State. And it was paired with Christmas Red, a Shannon Christine design. And this is my progress on her. I'm stitching her on 36 count Joy to the World by Grace Notes Fabric using the called for DMC colors. Plus I have a couple of Krynic braids that I'm using for the gold and the red. She's really, really fun.
And I also had Ohio State, and that one was paired with Joy Noel. This is a Blackbird design.
Oh, I just love this
And
one.
I'm
I think this
stitching
one
this-
is my favorite of yours right now.
And I'm stitching this on 30 count cobweb lace with the called for colors. I believe it's mostly classic colors. There might be a Weeks Dye Works too in there.
Aren't the colors so pretty? Oh, I just love it.
I know, I do too. I'm ready to work some more on this border down there.
Now, are you going to get to work on that one tonight?
Yes.
Because
So
Ohio State plays tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So then another team that I had chosen was Oregon. And so Oregon was paired with my Santa from 2023 from Prairie Schooler. And unfortunately, they lost. So I stitched on him once, but he is going to come out. I'm going to be working on him some more during the month of January. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. But that's my progress. I'm stitching this on 40 count Vintage Country Mocha using the called for DMC colors.
And I also had Oregon, right? That was Oregon?
Oregon.
Yes. And I had it paired with holly berry. And again, I'm doing this on the 40 count gauze. That is my progress. And I think I'm using
Mostly the call for colors.
Yeah, I think maybe so.
Okay, then Notre Dame. Oh, wait. No, that's not next. Texas played, and that was one of my teams. And it got paired with a project called Christmas Treasures by Cherished Stitches. Marlene gave this to me as a Christmas gift a couple years ago, and I haven't really gotten to work on it. I got it started, but I never got to stitch on it. And it got paired with, is this upside down now? Yes. It got paired with Texas. Texas plays tonight, so I'll be stitching on this some more. So I have the needle book done. The little scissors holder is finished. And I'm working on the band that goes around the box.
That's
And
really pretty.
yeah, I'll probably get this one finished.
Did you use what? Did
I
you use
used the
anchor
called
floss?
for anchor floss. It
that's
called
really pretty
it gave
colors.
DMC, but I did an anchor.
Conversion.
So
That's
it's
pretty.
really fun. So I'm working on the box right now, and then I'll have the tape measure cover and this little scissor fob to do. So it's coming along really well.
That is coming really good. Okay, I also had Texas, and I am doing Snow Day by Shannon Christine. And what are we stitching this on again? Stormy Sky?
Stormy Sky.
Stormy Sky. And I'm using the blue colorway.
It's a 32 count
32
Stormy
count,
Sky.
And it calls for beads here where the gold is, but I'm using the treasure braid for that instead of beads.
And then it calls for white beads.
Yes,
you see a
here.
little bit on the tree.
Yes, right here on this dark blue tree. And I'm also using treasure braid for that, but I'm doing a Smyrna cross for it with it so that the stitches look more rounded, so they'll look almost like beads.
Are you going to do that for all your white stitches or just on the tree and the
I
wreath?
think just on the tree and the wreath.
Yeah,
think.
that's what I think too.
Yeah. So, where else
Okay.
does it call for white stitches?
There's more down at the very bottom of
the
the
snow.
piece down here.
Okay.
All right. Then I did Notre Dame was one of my teams, and they played and won, and then they played last night and they won. So they will be playing one more time.
In the championship.
And I'm
game.
stitching holly berry for Notre Dame. So this is my progress. This is going to become a one thread a day for me because filling in this cream background is very monotonous. So I think I'm going to just need to get it out and do like 2 or 3 strands every day because all of this background has to be filled in.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah, so because it gets kind of tedious.
Yeah.
So, and my Santa is not close enough, but I basically have all of the motifs finished. I have just a couple of things to add over here on this side. And then anything that has color is going to be done. And I'll have just hours of filling in cream background left. So that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah. That's a good
Okay.
idea.
So that was for Notre Dame, and they will still be playing because they have one more game.
Yes, and they'll play the winner of tonight's game between Texas and Ohio State.
Right. And then Georgia played. Georgia was one of my teams. And it was paired with Nativity. And they lost, unfortunately. But I am working on this. I got all my streamers done on the bottom half, so the bottom is finished. And I'm now working just on the Bethlehem star. And so this is what I got started on the center streamers coming down from the big star at the top. This is one of our projects that we're working on throughout January.
Yes.
And we'll talk about that in a little bit too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you had Georgia also,
yes,
didn't you?
I had Georgia also. And I had that one paired with the 12 Days of Christmas Stockings from Annie B's Folk Arts. And I'm working on the turtle doves, the two
really
turtle
want
doves.
to get that book and work on.
And so this is my progress.
Oh, you're making good progress.
Yes, that's why I wanted to work on it today. So yeah, I just have to fill in this bird and then just do the little bit of greenery,
The little
around
greenery
them. And
across
then
the
two.
top.
And then number 2 here, let me show. I have a picture of it in here. It doesn't show the.
It was, I think, at the back.
Oh, that's one.
The very back?
That's one.
The very back of the book. No.
Here. It's this one. That's the 2.
So pretty.
So yeah,
Very, very pretty.
Mm-hmm. It's really fun.
And then I had one other team, and it was North Dakota State. They are not a Division I university, but they played in the championship game for their division, and they won. And so this is Shannon Christine Snow Day. Marlene just showed you hers. And this is mine. I'm also stitching it on Stormy Sky, but I'm using a green color. The green colors, DMC green.
That's really pretty.
I have a dangling thread there, but that's my progress. I've worked on this a couple days this week. Yesterday, because we had snow flurries here.
Yes, I worked on mine
And then
too.
our sisters keep us posted
Yes.
when they, because we have older sisters that live in other parts of the country that actually get snow. And so they keep us posted when they have snow. We need to stitch today because our sister in Missouri had a lot of snow.
She had a lot of snow.
Okay.
Okay. So that is you're caught up on our college game day.
So we
holding
have
stuff.
we have a game tonight, and we'll be stitching on 2 projects tonight, and then we'll have one more final game,
championship game
on the 20th of January.
Yes, and you actually have a chance to stitch on 2 different projects during that game too.
I will have
Plus
2 because Notre Dame won, and I have both teams tonight.
Yeah.
So I'll have 2 teams to
I'll
stitch
only
for.
have one team
for the
to stitch for
championship.
because I didn't pick Notre Dame or Penn State as one of my teams. So next year that might change. I might pick Notre Dame next year because I really like their coach. Okay, and so then we had some new starts.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead and show you the new starts.
Okay, so we had a new start for on January 1st for our January sampler blessing.
Yes.
And we both chose to
Our blessing
start
sampler.
on a funk by Erica Michaels. And how are you coming with yours?
Oh, I only got.
This is our Sunday. We started it on January 1st.
Yeah, a little tiny.
A
bit
little
on
tiny
January
start.
1st.
And then we're working on it Sunday because on Sundays we try to work on samplers. So Sunday samplers. So in January, this will be our Sunday sampler. This is my progress. I'm using the called for colors, which are classic colors.
Some classic
And Weeks Dye Works.
and some gentle arts, right?
I don't have any
no.
gentle arts.
No,
I
think
have
it's
only
Weeks.
classic colors and Weeks Dye Works.
Yeah, mine are
Same
too.
way with yours.
Yes.
Classic colors and Weeks Dye Works.
This is all I got done on mine.
Well, you got quite a bit.
So
It's very fun.
it is really fun.
I find it really relaxing.
Yes, and I really like the colors.
I do too. I love the colors. We're stitching this on mellow stone.
Yes, 36 count
36
Mellowstone.
count mellow stone by Atomic Ranch.
Yes.
Atomic Ranch Fabrics.
Okay, and then we both got a little start on our sayings of the season from Stitching with the Housewives. This was the Fat Quarter Shop Club
Quarterly design.
last year for 2024.
We just hadn't had a chance to get started on winter. And these came as a kit. So we're stitching with the called for fabric, which is 28 count black Monaco, using the called for classic colors. So far I just have T and E done.
And I just have the T and some of the E done.
So we have a tiny start.
Yes.
But this one we'll continue to work
Yes.
on, and hopefully we'll have it done
In January.
by the next time.
Oh,
Was that it for new starts?
Yes, that was all we had for new starts.
Oh yeah, because we had the blessing sampler, this one, and then the January that we started on 12 by 12.
Yes.
Okay, so then if you watched our whip parade, Marlene and I kind of explained how we were going to structure our stitching. Marlene and I are seasonal stitchers. And I know some people, when they're seasonal stitchers, they still work ahead like they're already working on Valentine's.
Yeah.
Marlene and I are not like that.
No.
It's January, it's snowman to us. That's January. And so that's what we're going to stitch on right now. In February, even though Valentine's Day happens on the 14th, we will stitch Valentine's through the whole month of February. So we're very seasonal, and we have a lot of whips. Coming into the year, I had 64, and then I found one. I had 65, and you had
63.
63. So we're almost the same, but we have categorized our projects so that we can pretty much touch all of our projects at some point during the year.
And hopefully finish some of them.
So, having said that, to start with, is that what you're showing next? Let's start there then. On Wednesday nights, we have a number of projects that our ladies, they're in the design, ladies in the design.
Right.
And so this year we decided we were going to have a ladies' night out, and that's on Wednesdays. So for the month of January, we both chose a project. So Marlene, what are you working
So
on?
I'm going to continue to work on my Victorian Christmas lady because she looks very wintry. There's snow there, and
She's
so
on a
I'm
winter
just going to
coat.
continue to work on her because I really didn't get to work on her very much during the holidays. So, and this is by Shannon Christine, and this is my progress. And I'm stitching her on denim dyed effects from Fabric Flair.
So
And I'm stitching it with the called for DMC colors. And again, this one has where you see the gold braid.
here.
It called for beads, but again, I switched it to treasure braid.
It looks
Or
really pretty.
and then the green, there's some green little that's
Yeah,
the crying braid.
And
for
then
that.
my lady for Wednesday's ladies' night out is Christmas red, and I showed her to you already. So on Wednesdays, this is what we're working on. So she's gonna get worked on tonight, but then she'll get worked on again on Wednesday. For the whole month of January, we will work on them during the day on Wednesday.
And then on Thursday, we're doing, for January, we're doing big, awesome projects. So we're going to continue to work on our nativity project.
And I already showed mine, but
Yes.
that's my project for January also.
And this is my progress.
And we're going to we have a number of big, awesome projects. And then I have 3 shadow lanes.
Yes.
and Marlene has 2. So those will also be on Thursdays, either a big awesome project or a chatelaine.
So I have my Holy Family section done on
Let me
this
show
panel.
that first.
That's done. Okay. And I have the streamers all the way done up to the star. And so I have the basic shape of the star put in. I still have more to go in and add around it. And then I started on my angel. I have the arm and her sleeve put in.
For the blue angel. Do you want to show the
angel.
picture again with the
Yes.
blue angel?
And we're using Krynic braid and anchor for this. Anchor. We converted the DMC to
And we
anchor.
are stitching it on 32 count light sand.
So I'm really hoping to make progress on this. And
So
get
that
it
one,
finished this
that
year.
one we'll continue to work on every Thursday throughout the month of January, and then we'll see where we're at. It may come out again one more time for a big awesome project another
that we
month, so
can
that we
get
can
it
get it
done.
finished by next Christmas.
Yes, we'd like to have it finished.
Okay, then on Saturdays, we're doing a garden or a farm because we had a whole bunch of
Fridays
whips.
is an open stitching.
Yes. So Saturdays, gardens or farms, I'm doing Changing Seasons, which was a free design by Fox and Rabbit from 2022. This design is still available, but now you need to purchase it. And this is my progress. I have the center done. Let me show you the top. I have the center part done.
That's so pretty.
And so right now what I'm working on is the border. And I'm going to do the border all the way across the top. And then if you see on the design, it has some motifs in here, and then the border repeats up here. This same border right here repeats here on the very outside edge, or I'm showing it upside down. And so what I'm hoping to do now during the month of January is get this top row all done. So, and I am stitching this border in hand. And it went very fast because I got this done Saturday afternoon. I got all the way across, and then I had thread left in my needle, so I just went down the side here. And then I started going across here and getting, so I'm halfway across. I only did to the halfway mark because the orientation of this little motif changes. So I didn't want to mess it up. So that's why I just did to that halfway, and then I'll start again to do the second half. So I'm very excited.
Yes,
It's
that's
very
really
fun. And so this one, again, just like Nativity,
Can I see the picture?
I'll be able to bring it back out later in the year and work on it some more. So hopefully this one will also be a finish.
So then you'll have to put this big border in, right?
Right. And that's what I'm going to start on. I should get started on that this Saturday.
Oh, okay.
I really love it. This is also being stitched on light sand, and I'm using anchor floss, some over dyed, like this brown is trail dust, Classic Colors trail dust. And then also a couple of shades of Trinway silks.
Yeah. That's really pretty. I'm working on this one too, and it's going to come out for a big awesome project later this year. Maybe in February.
Okay.
For my garden for January, I'm working on Alpine Garden. This is from Drawn Thread, and it came as a kit, so I got the fabric and the thread as part of the kit, and this is what I have done.
Did you finish this now?
Yes, I finished this block here.
Isn't that so pretty with those snow-capped mountains?
And then the trees, the pine trees down in there. Those were pretty fun to put in.
And again, like Marlene said, this was a kit, so it came with the fabric.
And the thread, which I think is mostly NPI silks.
Yeah. It's very pretty.
So I have
Beautiful.
3 more bands to do down here on the bottom. and
So
then
you might
it'll be
get that
finished.
done.
Yeah,
Just
I'm gonna
work
try
on it
to work
get
on
it
it.
done.
I want it to be a finish
How fun.
this month.
Okay, then we already talked about our Sunday
Sunday.
sampler, which for this month it's our blessing sampler and funk.
And a funk.
On a funk. On a
On
funk.
a funk.
And then on Mondays, we have a number of Mirabilia projects or Nora Corbett projects that are started. And so for January, we each chose to do June's Pearl Fairy as our Monday Mira project. What do you have done on yours?
Not very much.
I have this kind of strange looking disembodied arm floating around up here. My needle threader is there still.
Oh my gosh, I can't count up like that and do that and have it.
So that's my progress. We're stitching this on light taupe.
I think so. I don't know. It looks a little darker than light taupe. This is all I have done on her dress. I just worked on, can you hold it for me?
Uh-huh.
I just worked on this stripe of light pink color and then this little darker purple thing, whatever that's supposed to be.
I think it's
But
like
I was
a
having a
flower
lot of trouble
on her
with the
gown.
chart because we had taken it to Office Depot and they had done a copy for us, but it was too small. So I was having a lot of trouble seeing my chart. So I ended up getting out the original chart and going and making a copy myself, and then it went much better.
I think I might have to do that too.
So I couldn't tell where I was, and I was just having a really hard time.
And then I also worked on Snowman 2024. This is a Primrose Cottage design. I've been working on this in the mornings, and that's my progress. This one will be finished this weekend because I'm almost done.
Too.
So I'm just filling in the last of the black, like the vase, and then I have this greenery right here and some snowflakes.
I have this much done on mine. I just have the right-hand side to do.
Oh, and you even
mine.
have the snowflakes done on the
Yes.
other side.
I did snowflakes yesterday when it was snowing.
Oh, that was a good idea. That one's so cute.
It
And
is
we do
really fun.
have the finishing
Finishing,
piece.
And I
this-
love the way.
And with all the finishing items, we got that from Primrose Cottage when they released it last year. And so it's in the finishing room, ready to go as soon
I
as we
love
get our
the way
projects done.
the snowflakes show up on the fabric.
Yeah,
It shows up really
it's
well.
really nice. It's a really great color for winter projects. And then I'm also have been working on.
Let me show before you do that
Okay.
because I have that one too. But I've been working. I went back to work on my one thread a day, which is the Quaker Rocky Road from Tempting Tangles. I worked on this one last year in 2024, and I made really good progress, but I didn't
Finish
it. And so I've been working on it again. So I'm continuing to work on filling in the bowl. So I have this much left on this side, and then that part will be done. And then I have to go down here and fill in these all of this down here. But that will be easy. I'll be able to do one thread a day on that.
And so you're stitching on.
25 count mushroom Lugana with the copper dinky dye silks, and I'm using one strand of silk over one fabric thread. So it's 1/1.
That's really pretty. It's really, really pretty. And then we both are continuing on our leap year starts from last February. I chose to do Jenny Bean for the parlor. There are 8 parts in this design. So because leap year is every 4 years, I have to do 2 parts each year. So I am working on the second part. It needs to be done by the end of February so that I stay on track. So part 1 is finished, which was the alphabet. And part 2 now is the Adam and Eve. Eden was a paradise is what it says. So I've got the little sun motif done, the clouds done. It's 2 pages for this design. So where I stopped on the clouds, that's the end of page 1. So I'm working on finishing up page 1, and then I'll come over and do page 2, which hopefully will be ready to start the beginning of February. I'm stitching this on 40 count Ren by Picture This Plus.
And what are you stitching with?
A sampler threads, Gentle Art sampler threads.
It's very pretty.
I really like it. It's really fun. So I work on that on Tuesdays.
Okay. And I'm working for my leap year project. I'm working on Houses of Cochrane Hollow. So right now I'm finishing I'm working on the 3rd block. And so I have to finish that one by February. And then in 2025, I'm doing 3 houses a year. So in 2025, I'll need to do this one, and then this one, and this one. So this is what I have done on.
So this is the one that she's working on right now. These 2 are finished.
So I'm almost done with this block, or with this section, this quadrant. Because what I do is I divide each block into 4 sections. And so I do 1 section every.
And she's a little behind, so she needs to get this quadrant done, this quadrant, and then...
those two for February.
Do you do this one?
Yes.
So, but to be caught up, you need to get this one finished, this one, and then get this one done. And then February is supposed to be the bottom or the top. Well, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. But anyway, yes, I am behind. So
you're stitching on
40 count embellish from Atomic Ranch, and I'm using the anchor floss. I converted the DMC to anchor.
It's really pretty. Makes me want to do this project.
My house
really
is a way
pretty.
different color than on the picture though.
Oh, I heard somebody else talking about that for another one.
It looks more brown. Mine is more of a
a goldie
yellow
color.
I like the brown a little bit better, but
I like it.
It's okay.
It's pretty. Here, let's show the difference here. She's talking about the color of her house here, this color.
And it's in the picture. It's because it was stitched with either NPI silks or probably NPI silks, because that's what it calls for. So it's
the color is a little different, and the windows are a little lighter, but it looks really pretty. Have you? Yeah, you stitched the window. I like it. I think it looks really pretty.
Yeah.
All right. So that is our stitching progress.
One more thing about this. This looks like it's black down here. In this quilt block area. Am I pointing to the right one?
Yes.
But I think it's going to be blue.
Oh.
A 1035 anchor.
Oh, yeah, that's blue. Huh.
It looks black, but it's not.
Okay. Then we had only a tiny bit of haul.
Yeah, I didn't have any haul.
Just my last 2 fabrics for my Fabric of the Month Club. And I did get a phone call last week and got all verified and confirmed for my Fabric of the Month for this year, which is going to be a 32 count even weave, again from Atomic Ranch.
Yay, I love stitching on that fabric.
The colors
that's pretty.
For December were a tea rose. We got 36 count linen last year. So tea rose,
that's really
and
pretty.
then a limited edition neutral.
Oh, that's
so
pretty
isn't
too.
that lovely?
That's really pretty.
Yes, so we have 2. We get a fat half, I guess it's considered.
I don't know.
And so, I mean, it's a nice big cut.
Yeah, it's more
of fabric. It's a lot.
Yes.
So that we have a nice big amount in our stash, so that even if Marlene and I were both going to start the same large project, we would have enough fabric for us both to have a cut. So these are really pretty. I'm looking forward to getting 32 count and expanding our stash in that count of fabric. Because really, those are our go-to fabrics. Marlene and I like 32, and we're really moving more and more towards 36 and 40 count. We haven't tried anything higher than 40 count.
No, Brenda said on their floss tube that if you stitch on 40 count, you'll have no problem stitching on 46 count.
Okay.
So when we have that piece of 46,
We do. We should try it.
So
So anyway,
pick out a little project,
a small project. So that is coming up. I also think I'm going to look into doing a floss club of the month. I was just watching Untwist Your Stitches. She did a very nice video recently, and she showed a couple of finishes, but she had signed up for a floss club from Evertote and Roxy Floss Co. And she was going to be getting some flosses every month. And I think I might go back and look at that again because I would really like to have a floss. I get the fancy floss already, the silks. So maybe I'll just leave it at that because I'm going to continue with that for Fat Quarter Shop. But just to expand a little bit.
Yeah.
So
I know a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people that have gotten different projects kitted and then they get the Roxy floss kitted with it.
And at the Evertote shop, and that they're located up in Canada, but they will help you convert a project to Roxy Floss Co. colors.
Yeah.
So that's on my wish list this year.
Yeah.
I want to get a project kitted
with the Roxy floss.
With the Roxy floss, because they have a whole bunch of different designs in their shop online, and they're already kitted, and you can get the fabric and the floss.
I think it was Audrey Marine of Stitch Bead. She was talking about the Roxy floss. She just gotten a kit. She had something kitted up, and it had come with the Roxy floss. And she said you get a lot of floss on it, so you have a lot left over to use in other projects.
Yes.
And the project she gotten had several colors, but then there were several that were like really good Christmas colors. She said we could, I could take this and use this for a Christmas project.
Yeah.
Because there was red and green and gold.
And they are, whatever, I don't know off the top of my head, but whatever the length, amount of floss that you usually get, like on Classic Colors or Weeks Dye Works, the skein that you get from Roxy Floss Co. is a little bit more than that. Yeah. Like if one is 5 yards, hers is 8 yards or something like that. I don't know the exact measurements, but yeah. So if you have not watched, they have a couple of different floss tubes they do, but the one where Carrie and Carolyn from Carolyn from Evertote?
So.
Theirs is called Between Two Whips, and they have very unique projects that they show. They give updates for what's going on in the shop at Evertote. So it's a really good floss tube. If you haven't watched them, watch for that so that you can check them out, because it's really interesting what they show and what they do. Okay.
Okay. Then
what about what's coming up?
Okay.
Do you have?
So these are some projects that are on our wish list to stitch during January.
As we finish up, Marlene and I are both trying out the magazine monthly challenge this year. And so for the theme this month was countdown.
Yes.
And you are using that for?
My 12 days of Christmas.
So 12 days of Christmas.
So I can either do the little stockings, or I can do the Satsuma Street 12 days of Christmas ornaments.
And I didn't really designate anything for the theme this month, but I was thinking I was going to do my like Santa 2023 or Snowman 2024, because there are numbers and they're count, so it has to do with counting. and then we each had the acrostic, which for January was timer. So for the T, what were you using?
I'm again using the 12 Days of Christmas.
12 Days of Christmas. I'm using trees, which was on my little new start for my movie night. And I didn't get that. And then the I, what did you have for I in timer? I had ice crystals. That's what I'm using. Yeah. And that's my 2023 Prairie Schooler Santa.
Yes, that's what I'm using too.
And then for M,
I'm going to use mistletoe kisses.
Oh, perfect.
Yes.
And for M for me, I'm doing Men of Snow. So that's going to be my Stitching with the Housewives, Sayings of the Seasons, Winter. What about for E?
E, I'm using Erica Michaels, Anna Funk.
Oh, me too. I'm doing, and you could do, when you do the acrostic, you can do the name of the design, the name of the designer, or an object in the design. And so that's what we did, a combination.
Yes.
And for the R, what did you do?
I'm doing red coat for my Victorian Christmas.
Oh, yes. And I did red dress for my Christmas red. So we're doing that as we finish up some of those smaller ones, like our Santa Senate 2023, one of the 12 Days of Christmas designs. Then we have some projects on our wish list that we would like to do as new starts. So what ones did you choose?
The first one that I chose was the first Frost from Hands On Design. I don't want to do the finish like that. I want to do it like they have at Shepherd's Bush as a framed piece.
We got this design. We bought this chart at Shepherd's Bush in Ogden. And because they had their model finished and they did it as a framed piece, and they did it on 32 count fabric with one strand of floss. And it was so delicate and pretty looking. It was gorgeous.
So anyway, I would love to start that one.
That is so pretty. I would like to start that one too. I have Frosty Tiny Town that I really want to do.
I want to do that one too. I don't
Isn't
have that
it
pattern
so
yet. I need to get that pattern.
This is a hands-on design. One of their many little towns.
We have lots of hands-on design. Is that
not hands-on? Heart and hand.
Heart
and hand. My mistake. It was stitched on 32 count Boston linen.
Oh. But we've been using the Vintage Country Mocha for ours, haven't we?
Yes, we
and
have.
I really like that.
Do you think the brown would look okay, right?
I think so. It's the dark enough brown, right?
Did you have another one you wanted to?
Yes, Oh, that's so cute. Oh, I really want to do that one. I need to get that pattern. Yes, and then I have for the Prairie Schooler Santa. This is an older design, but they're such classics.
Prairie Schooler.
Yes, Prairie Schooler.
January.
Yeah, January, not Prairie Schooler Santa. But
I love that.
Yes, I really like it. So,
isn't that pretty?
And I like the little smaller one too.
This one. Yeah, that's really cute
that
too.
Reminds me of those puzzles we used to do.
Yeah. And it just says snow day. That's really cute.
All the little kids are
sledding. But I love the big house. Well, this one has a little house, but I like the big house.
I do too.
That's really pretty.
Brenda and Laura showed this one on there. Brenda.
Yes, and she had a little start.
She had a little start on it. And she had gotten a different conversion from somebody, but I can't remember who.
I think it was Nicole Spohr.
Oh, maybe.
I think that's what she said.
Anyway, yes.
And then I want to start my snowman word swap from Stitching with the Housewives. I have one of these for every month. I just got a notice that my next one was coming, which is Valentine.
Oh, cool.
And then I think I either will be done or there will be one more coming. There might be one more coming in February or the end of January.
For March?
For March. Because I got the first one in March. So I'm thinking there'll be one. This was January.
Oh, yeah,
and then
the first one you got was Rabbit. Right?
So anyway, I would like to do this one and get this one started. So this might be a start when I finish my other Sayings of the Seasons Winter. So finish Sayings of the Seasons Winter and then start this one. And I have the frame and everything for finishing. And then I have one other one that I want to do because I want to put one of my projects in this bag. So this was Shepherd's Bush design in the bag by It's So Emma, I think. Mad for Plaid.
The bags are from It's So Emma.
I think, I'm not sure. It's a Mad for Plaid bag.
That's really cute.
So I want to do that one. And I have the colors all pulled and everything. I'm ready to start that one.
Oh,
That's
fun.
going to be a morning stitch because it goes really fast.
So you'll start that one when you finish your
Snowman 2024. Then I'm going to start this one. So yes. So hopefully we'll have some new starts the next time. Okay. And we have a giveaway.
Yes.
So
do a giveaway.
we have a giveaway.
We were going to talk about this.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Okay, so let's do giveaway first. So, and then we have an event coming up in our Facebook page. So we will talk about that next. This is courtesy of Tammy. She sent all those charts. So one of the charts she sent was the Tiny Town, Big-Hearted Tiny Town by Heart and Hand. I know a lot of people have this, but if you don't, you will need to, in your comments, use the word heart so that we know you would like to be considered for this chart. And then going through my stash, I had 2 of these. So I don't know how that happened, but I had this one. Here was this one. So you would need to get the bag and the buttons, but I have the chart. And so for this one, use the word snowman or snow in the in your comment. So we'll have 2 giveaways. Use the word heart for this one, and let's just keep it simple. Use the word snow for this one. So those are our giveaways.
Yay.
Then,
Then for our
as you
Facebook
know,
event.
many of you know, we have a Facebook page also called Sun City Stitchers. And in that group, we just post different things that we're doing. Lots of people post things that they're working on. They post finishes, all kinds of things like that. And so we're going to do a pop-up event starting later on this evening. There will be a pop-up event. Marlene and I love snow, and living in El Paso, we do not get snow. So yesterday we were teased. We got some flurries, but nothing stuck. There was no white on the ground.
No, but it looked very pretty. You could see it coming down. But for a while it was big, nice big flakes, and then little tiny flakes. But it didn't stick. We didn't get any accumulation.
No. So to help us fill our wish for snow, we need you all to make us a blizzard on our Facebook page.
Yes.
So we want you to post pictures of previous finishes or current whips that you have right now that have snow or snowman or wintry scenes in them.
Or it can even be something that you have in your stash that you would like
to start.
Yeah.
Post anything with snow in it. And if you get snow where you live and you have a pretty picture of snowy weather, we would love to see that too.
Yes,
we will live vicariously through you all. So that is going to be a pop-up event starting tonight.
We
through
like the snow.
Sunday evening.
Yeah, we like the snow, but we don't like the cold weather that goes with it.
No,
so you can't really have one and not the other.
No, but we do miss that part of having 4 seasons. We do miss the excitement of wintry weather. I guess if you lived in an area where you got lots of snow, it wouldn't be exciting anymore.
I know one of my parents that I was texting with this week to get things set up. She said that they live in Virginia and they've had a lot of snow. She said, and so she told me yesterday that she was already ready for spring.
It's like, we haven't had any winter yet. So anyway, so that is going to be our pop-up event in our Facebook group. If you are not a member of that group, there are 3 questions that you need to answer. I have a few people that are pending that have requested to join, but they have not answered the questions. If that happens to be you, I'm going to go ahead and decline. And so you may want to go back in and see if you can re-enter the group again, and then make sure you answer the questions. I know sometimes it goes quickly and you just don't realize that it's going to move forward and you haven't answered all the questions.
Yeah.
So there are 3 questions, and then you have to agree to the rules. So double check that. Like I said, I have a few pending. I'll go ahead and just decline you, and hopefully that'll free you up so that you can come back in and request again. Our contact information will be in the description box below for our winner of our giveaway this time, which was the chart from Faithwurks Designs, Nordic Tree Trio. And we will also have contact information for Nancy Wahler of Faithwurks if you are interested in contacting her about the designs. We had a couple of people ask about some of the designs. So anything else, Marlene?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, we hope that you have a wonderful weekend, that you get lots of time to stitch, that if you're having snowy, wintry weather, please stay warm and safe. If we have viewers in California, we hope that you are safe. Our heart truly goes out to those people who have just lost so much
Lost
in
their homes.
in the fires in the LA area.
Yeah.
We're so sorry that we have people that are suffering and going through so much. So we will keep you in our thoughts and prayers. If that is your part of the country where you live. And other than that, we will see you in 2 weeks, which will be the 24th of January.
Yes.
We hope that you have a wonderful weekend. And remember that a day without laughter is like a day without sunshine.
So wherever you are, bring your own sunshine.
And keep on stitching.